Okay, here we are back again. This is Scott Harris doing a review of my comic collection for insurance purposes, and this video will be covering my Captain America collection, specifically Tales of Suspense 58 through 99, and it'll be followed up with a second video showing Captain America 100 through 150. So here's my copy of Tales of Suspense 58. It's a quite nice looking, upper mid-grade copy. It's probably a 6.5. Might sneak into 7.0, but be pushing it. I think 6.5 is about the limit for it. But great Kirby cover. I think that's Kirby. Well, whatever. It's a great cover either way. Captain America's face doesn't really look like Kirby, but Iron Man does, so I think he had something to do with it. Anyway, great cover. It's not actually Captain America in that story, I don't think. I believe it's the Chameleon. They'd like to pull that trick a lot back in the day when they were trying to decide whether to actually have Captain America show up in the story. But apparently they decided it was a good idea, so the next issue starts the actual Captain America run. Split book, Iron Man, Captain America. This is CGC. It's a 6.5, which is still quite a big disappointment for me. Looks like it's a beautiful comic. Had a number of people look at it and grade it. Everyone agreed with at least the 7.0. So I'm still not really sure why it ended up only getting a 6.5, but it is what it is. And according to CGC, what it is a 6.5. Go Tales of Suspense number 60, one of my favorite covers. Unusual split book look. It's also the second appearance of Hawkeye. So besides the cool yellow cover split, it's got that importance going for it as well. 61. Bit of an unusual issue. Captain America goes to Vietnam. Something that Stan would pretty quickly decide was a bad idea. So they didn't do a lot of topical stories set in Vietnam, but that is one of the few that were. 62, Origin of the Mandarin, which is, that's cool, whatever. But it's not quite as cool as next issue. One of the keys in this run is the origin of Captain America. I think this is the first Silver Age origin of Captain America. So it's definitely a key book. Here we have the third appearance of Hawkeye. It's also got Black Widow, of course, because at the time the two of them were always appeared together. Now here's another key book. I have a nice copy of this. Tales of Suspense 65 is the first Silver Age Red Skull. And it's a two-part story. Continuing in 66 with a really cool split cover. I like this cover quite a bit. My copy is pretty nice. It's got some wrinkling and warping here. I think it would be a real good candidate for a pressing if I was into that sort of thing, which I'm not. And here we are, 67. This is going to go pretty quickly. I don't really have a lot to say about most of these. These are not as in higher grade as my Avengers collection. I would say most of them are lower grade readers, with the exception of some of the ones we've already looked at. Most of these, I have some that are pretty decent. Like this is one of the higher grade ones, but even this is really only mid grade. It's probably a 5.5. Most of these would be lower. Probably the average grade of these is about a 4.0. Saw a copy of this at a flea market recently that was signed by Stan Lee. They're asking $350 for it. It looked like someone ran over it with a lawnmower. Thought that was a little goofy. I haven't really read these issues really since I bought them. I read them all and bought them all back in the early 90s. After I finished my Avengers collection, I moved on to Captain America. Here's the cool issue, cool cover. Black Knight. I think that's the issue where the Black Knight dies. Eventually, of course, replaced by a new Black Knight in Pages of Avengers. Tales of Suspense 74. Came out the same month as Avengers 24. It's always a nice thing that they're exactly 50 issues apart at this period, so you can always do some very easy math. Also, this is one of the, I think might be the only month where they had this weird little tiny 12-cent logo. They were still screwing around with the design. They pretty quickly ended up with this 12-cent logo, and even this was going to change pretty quickly. Tales of Suspense 75. And here's 76. Key issue. This story introduces both Batroc the Leaper and Sharon Carter, Agent 13. Of course, a major character. My copy is a nice solid mid-grade. I mean, it's 4.5 or 5.0. None of these are really that spectacular. Gene Colan doing a lot of the art in the Iron Man portion of these stories. I'm not even sure I've actually read all the Iron Man stories because I bought these just for the Captain America. And as much as I like Gene Colan, his earlier superhero stuff from this period really doesn't grab me that much. I ranted about this in my other video. Here's a horrible gray, like background color they love to use during this time period. Marvel makes their colors look really muddy and disgusting. Unlike this cover, which is a really cool yellow cover, very dramatic. First Cosmic Cube, key moment in Marvel history. Here we have another, grays, blacks, greens. Try to make the covers as boring as possible. Don't know why they did that. This storyline's got the first Adaptoid, created by the Cosmic Cube. Here's a Super Adaptoid here. Basically has the exact same powers and motifs as Amazo for the Justice League. 85. Here's 86. It's quite possibly the very greatest action issue of the year. I don't remember a single thing that happened in it, so I'm guessing it wasn't that exciting. Again, if you can see the prices on these, they're all lower grade, and a lot of these I paid less than $1 for. Like this issue here, I paid 75 cents for. Of course, this was in the late 80s and very early 90s. These issues haven't exactly taken off, but even as beat up as this is, it'll probably still cost me significantly more than 75 cents to get it now. Probably 5 or 10 times that much. 89, here's 90. Red Skull, this giant melon. I mean, his head literally looks like a watermelon here. But at least it's red, so it distracts a little from, again, the horrible, boring gray background. I don't know why they're obsessed with that. It looks so bad. 91. '92. Nice Nick Fury crossover. Fury still appearing in the Shield strip in Strange Tales at this time. Don't miss the uncanny villainy of Half-Face. I don't know. I'm not... If the guy had a full face, I'd be afraid. But he's only got half a face. It's like it's not that scary. If he had two faces... See? That's what makes Two-Face so scary. He's got two faces. Half-Face? It's only 1/4 as scary as Two-Face. 95. Again, just proving that I own these for insurance purposes. In case I need to replace them. Pause for a second here. I've always loved this cover. Great blues. Again, still the boring grays. So, it's not perfect. That could be better. Like all these buildings, just what? But the rest of it, you know, the colors are great. Captain America falling out of the sky. I love the big clouds. The big blue background. Very cool cover. More color than most of these have. Here's 97. You notice they made a change to the logo instead of the side by side. Now they have big and little, and then they're alternating covers at this point, which they've been for a while. But you see here now Captain America has the top spot, the little Iron Man logo. I'm not sure that was really a good idea, but I think they decided the other one was too ugly. Here's a nice cover of 98. You may notice something weird about my copy, is someone has very carefully drawn a tail on the Black Panther, and it's so expertly done that it was quite a while before I realized that he's not supposed to have a tail on that cover. And he's not. He's not supposed to have a tail on that cover. And then here's number 99. This is the last issue of Tales of Suspense. After this issue, they split the book in two. Captain America took over the title, starting with issue 100. Iron Man had a one-shot because of some production delays. So he appeared in Iron Man and Submariner number 1. And then got his own title, starting with Iron Man number 1. But there you have it. There's my Tales of Suspense collection, 58 through 99. And my next video, we'll take a look at Captain America's own title.